Anybody got a prescription, yeah, for this love pain? Anybody got a pill like a pop for this love pain? Anybody got a prayer like a session for this love pain, yeah? Ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription, yeah, for this love pain? Anybody got a pill like a pop for this love pain? Anybody got a prayer like a session for this love pain, yeah? Ooh, I need.
Hello. Yes, I know I've been gone for a couple of days and I'm late today. It is what it is. I hope you're doing well. And I'm going to sing my song, but because it's morning, evening, afternoon, somewhere in the world. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Everything is gonna be all right. Yes, it is. Yes. So today I want to kind of talk about what I've been doing for the last couple of days is doing some self-care. I don't know. Maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't. But the self-care I was doing was I needed a break from doing too much. You know, sometimes when you're building or when you're grinding, you tend to, well, I don't know whether you do it or not, but I tend to do too much. And I just needed a longer break than I thought. I thought I only needed that one day, but then it was like, God, do I even feel like doing this today? No. No, I don't. And so this morning I was kind of leisurely getting myself ready and everything, and realized I missed an appointment this morning. I made up for it, but it's just been those number of days. But because I wasn't getting the proper amount of rest, I was going to bed at like 2:00 in the morning, hopping up at 5, staying up all day. And my intention most days was to take a nap sometime during the day, but I didn't. I just kept going until I was so tired I could not stay up anymore. And, you know, in Strangest Secret, in Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret audio, one of the principles for success is to stop wearing yourself out. And I think a lot of times people forget that in the quest to be like everybody else or to be in the in crowd. You can be an entrepreneur and not wear yourself out. You can be an entrepreneur and actually get sleep. Sleep is really, really important. I want to talk a little bit about that today because years ago, I was diagnosed with hypersomnia. Now, I don't know how many of you know what hypersomnia is, but hypersomnia is a condition where you can stay up for days on end and then pass out pretty much. You don't sleep, you just pass out because your body has gotten to the point or you worked your body to the point where it's no longer functional. And I hear a lot of people, even people that I respect, but this is one area where I do not agree with them. I don't care how successful they are not going to convince me not to get sleep because I've been through that. I've been through the not sleeping, and it was through it wasn't intentional. It was just something that was in me. I would stay up for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and days and days and days. And then all of a sudden, crash. And it was a crash to the point where I was sleeping so hard that people were concerned about me. And so you don't want to get to that point because your health is really, really important. And I want to talk about a little bit about what I've researched and what I've heard and the doctors have said and all this kind of stuff about not getting the proper amount of sleep. And I'm just going to read you some information, and I did put it in the description. So here's a lot of things that no sleep can do for your body. Lack of sleep can cause brain fog. And yes, brain fog is a real thing. It is confusion. You can't focus. You're procrastinating. And I've seen a lot of people say, well, procrastination is just because you haven't made a decision or you haven't done. No, it can be that, but it can also be a result of lack of sleep, and you don't have the capability of focusing because your brain is like, look, I need some rest. Okay. So procrastination can be that you're just procrastinating, or procrastination can also be a result of you not getting the proper amount of rest. Lack of sleep can cause a break from reality, a mental break from reality. Now, I had a relative that had that. She was given some medicines and they kept giving her the same medicine over and over again, but the medicine actually was waking her up. She hadn't slept for 2 weeks, mind you, but the medicine was actually making it worse. And so pretty much she had a break from reality. I mean, she was not the person that we knew. And we were like, what happened? And that stuff just had to get out of her system because she wasn't sleeping. Now, the medicine didn't help, but she hadn't been sleeping for 2 weeks prior to that. So if you are not sleeping, your brain doesn't have time to refresh and regenerate. Your body doesn't have time to refresh and regenerate. So it can cause high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attacks, strokes. I mean, you're thinking, oh, well, it's the food you eat. Yeah, food plays a part, but sleep is the thing that God gives you so you can refresh and renew. So when you lay down to sleep, your body is refreshing. It's renewing itself. If you never do that, it's not going to do that. If you're trying to lose weight and you're wondering why you can't lose weight and you're staying up all night, think about it. All that work that you're doing and you're taxing your muscles, but you're not giving them any rest, how are you going to lose weight? How are you going to do that? Because your body has no time to refresh itself. So it can cause poor digestion. Yeah, it can cause problems internally as well as externally. So this foolish no sleep club, don't join that club because that's stupid. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, if that offends anybody, I apologize, but it's stupid. It is a stupid thing to do because your body needs sleep. You cannot be creative. You cannot be productive when you don't have enough sleep. So it can make you irritable. It can make you moody. It can make you have severe fatigue. I mean, you're like so tired that you feel it in your bones, tired, when you don't have enough sleep. So sleep, lack of sleep, can literally kill you. So the doctors say, or the medical people say, if you lose 1 hour of sleep, it takes you 4 days to make up 1 hour of sleep. So 4 days to get your brain regenerated, 4 days to get your muscles from aching and stuff like that. Why do that to yourself? Because now you're diminishing your capacity to succeed. Stop wearing yourself out. Don't wear yourself out, but just make the most of the time you have while you're awake. If you're productive while you're awake and everything you do is focused and effective, then you can get at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I'm not saying that everybody needs, and maybe your body only needs 4 hours. That's fine. But at least get that 4 hours a night. Don't be staying up for days and days on end, because all that's going to do is reduce your effectiveness. It's not going to help it. It's not going to get you there any faster, because now you got to make up for all that sleep you lost, because your body's just dying from lack of sleep. And passing out from lack of sleep is not really sleeping. That's passing out. And because you don't get any rest, you don't go into REM, you just pass out. There's no REM sleep involved, and you have to have that. That's part of the sleeping process, if you want to say it that way. So this is why getting some self-care includes getting the proper amount of rest. And if you don't, you could be harming yourself and your business or your project or whatever it is that you're doing. Your mental, physical, and emotional health depend upon you getting the proper amount of rest. If you don't, you'll notice the difference. You may not acknowledge it, but you'll notice it. If you're on a grind trying to get something done, great. Still get you some sleep, because it'll help you get there faster by getting your sleep, because your brain is more apt to work better when it's properly rested. You don't get any rest, you're not going to be effective. And that's what I was finding myself doing, because I was all over the place, and I'm thinking, why can't I focus? I couldn't focus because I wasn't getting the proper amount of sleep. So joining the no sleep club, to me, is stupid. I'm sorry. It is just the most asinine thing you could ever do for your life and your body. Get some rest. Then you can get up refreshed and be better at what you're doing. You could be so good at what you're doing, people be like, wow, they're on it, man. Look at this. Look at this person go. Because you got the proper amount of rest. If you don't, it's very, very dangerous. Not only is it stupid, but it's dangerous for you and your life. Lack of sleep. Don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it, because really, even though they say you can make it up, really, you can never make up the sleep you lost. The sleep you lost is just the sleep you lost, right? So you want to make sure that every single night or evening or whatever, or even if you just take a nap during the day and then get back on it, refresh your brain. Because there was a study years and years ago that Boeing did with its employees. Because, Boeing is the people that build the airplanes. At least they built a whole lot of the airplanes. And what they incorporated during the workday was a 30-minute break for their employees that didn't involve lunch. Their lunch was still their lunch. This was a 30-minute break where they could do anything they wanted. 30 minutes to do anything they wanted. Most of them took a nap. And what they found was productivity increased 300%. Why? Because they were getting the proper amount of rest. They were resting their brain away from work, away from all the stuff that they were doing. And then they just implemented that and incorporated that. I don't know whether they still do it or not, but this was a study that they did years and years and years ago. And if they can do it, being that big, that big corporation, you can do it. You're a work from home person. or you maybe you are trying to build a corporation. I don't know what you're doing, but you'll be more productive when you get the proper amount of rest. Take care of yourself. You don't take care of you, you're not even going to be around to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can work till you pass out, and then all of a sudden now you all passed out and having a heart attack because you didn't get enough sleep. And all that work that you did, you can't even be around to enjoy it. Think about that. You want to be around to enjoy the things, the fruits of your labor, right? If you're going to work that hard, at least take care of your body so that you are around to enjoy it. Okay. You'll find when you get the proper amount of rest that you will feel better. And just, you can take procedural advice from people who are wealthy and all of that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to your health, listen to your body. You listen to your body. Don't let anybody, I don't care who they are, what position in life they have, don't let anybody tell you not to get the proper amount of rest. That is the most, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again, that is the stupidest, dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. Only because I've suffered through that. And yes, it's under control now. But when I find myself getting to that point where I'm frazzled and frustrated, and then I'm staying up for hours on end, it does not serve me. And it will not serve you. I promise.
Got a prescription.
It will not. I don't know why I clicked on something. But anyway, just listen to that. I may not be reaching anybody. I don't know if I am or not. But I'm telling you, please get the proper amount of rest. Listen to your body so that you can be more productive and you can be around to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I'm going to go now, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're doing this on replay, just hit hashtag replay and just let me know that you were listening. Please like and share this video. If you're on my YouTube channel, please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. But in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love, and I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.